Hey Fragrance family, I'm Daver.
I'm Talia.
And we're the Fragrance Bros. Coming at you again with another review, this time on Palimpsest by Aftelier Perfumes. Now, date introduced is 2014, this year. It is Mandy Aftel's latest perfume as of this recording. It's classified as a fruity floral, and notes are yuzu, apricot, ambergris, vanilla, ylang ylang, jasmine, ambergris, and fire tree.
Fire tree?
Fire tree.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Now, what'd you get of longevity out of this?
It was probably in the average range, you know, that's what I would consider it. So this barely got through the workday, so, or rather it died down a whole bunch.
Okay.
And had to get real close to try and smell it, so that's why I'm going to say average.
I would say it mostly is in the average range. I see what you're saying. I say it dies down about 7 hours, but then it lasts for like a skin scent for a lot longer after that.
Yeah.
Now, what about projection?
I don't think it projects very well, but that's good for me because I don't like to douse on very much, and so it didn't seem to go out very much.
I would say for me it was in the average range.
Right.
You know, but I really liked it.
Yeah.
Season, I think this is a tough one to kind of classify. I would say spring is best and daytime is best, but it has a lot going for it, and I wore this on a very cool day and it really worked. So you might want to experiment with this one a lot, but I think it evokes a lot of springtime imagery, so I think it works best for that season. And for purpose, I would say this is definitely casual and work. I think it works best in those situations. Now, what does this remind you of?
Okay, so I get two polar opposite images in my head when I smell this.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one I think of like being in like an incense shop in New Orleans, just, you know, walking through, just trying to pick you out, you know, something that's real zen and calm.
Okay,
you know
I
what
kind of
mean?
see that.
Yeah.
I kind of know what you mean.
But then it's kind of the same vein, but it's completely different. Like being in an outdoor market, you know, a girl with her hobo bag on her, her shoulder and her nice skirt, you know, just walking through an outdoor market, picking fruit and just, you know, real chill. Kind of like that market we were in Boston,
Okay.
that outdoor flea market, you know what I mean?
So it's bohemian.
Bohemian, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah. I could definitely see that. I think Mandy Aftel is going to love that.
Oh, really?
Because
Good.
where she lives is very bohemian.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah.
Well, she nailed that one.
Yeah. Now, the name Palimpsest gets its name from old parchments that people wrote on and then erased and then wrote on again. And when Mandy Aftel was writing her book, Fragrant, which I have a link to down below, I have a review of that, phenomenal book. This type of palimpsest came up over and over and over in her research. So this fragrance kind of evolved from her research for fragrant, and I really like that. I really like this thing. And with the fire tree, you know, that's not a note that you hear much, but
It's so cool.
apparently she knows more about it than I do. But it's a special tree for Aboriginal tribes in Australia, apparently. I know there are some subscribers down under that watch the channel, so you possibly know more about this than I do. And apparently you know more about this than I do.
Studying about Australia class, man.
Now, this is a very gorgeous fragrance from Mandy Aftel. I'm a big fan of Mandy Aftel. I've said that 100 times, and I'll say it 100 times more. I really like her work, especially in the realm of natural perfumes. You know, she is the queen of that. And she makes the most skilled blends of natural perfumes I've ever smelled. You get a lot of stuff in here. It's blended in a way where it's kind of hard to pick just one thing. But what I get a lot of is a very syrupy, sweet, honey-like, almost sticky, and slightly fruity floral fragrance. This is very sexy, it's silky, it's smooth. I think this is really how a floral should be made. It's really, really nice. There's ambergris in there, and ambergris is one of those things where you add it in there and it just enhances everything in the blend. So I can't really say that I smell ambergris, but I can smell a scent that is touched by ambergris. So it has that ambergris-like smell, and it is a lot of different things all at once. It is fruity, it is woody, it is floral, and it's musky all at the same time. Now I wore this, but I want to see what you think of this, because when I wore it, I thought this was very feminine smelling, and it was a little bit harder for me to wear as a man. I do think there are men out there who, you know, really like this type of scent, especially people in the Middle East that really like floral scents, or maybe from that culture that really like really floral scents, and I think they will really like this. But what do you think as far as woman, masculine?
I think just based on our culture, I think of it more feminine, but it has that musky undertone to it.
Yeah.
That is, I think that's the reason why it can be pulled in the other direction, because it has that, like, almost that dirtiness to it. But predominantly, I see it as something that a girl would want to wear.
Yeah, I totally agree. I really like this. It's different than something that I would normally wear, but I really enjoyed wearing it. Now, what about compliments?
No. But like I said, I don't think it projected out very far.
Yeah.
And so that, you know, paired with, y'all hear me say it all the time, I live in a kid's world. I don't think it was meant from my world. I
think this is really one of those fragrances that I don't think it would get a lot of attention from others. But I think it's one of those fragrances where you wear it as a luxurious experience to kind of pamper yourself. Because when I wore it, I really felt like it was something luxurious and rich, and something that was, you know, beyond my pay grade in a lot of sense. So I think this might not be something that people would get a lot of compliments on necessarily, but I think this is something that someone will fall in love with. And I think there are a lot of people out there that would. Now, as far as bang for buck, Mandy Aftel has a couple different concentrations of this fragrance. You can get the pure perfume and the EDP. And the 30 ml EDP version is $170, and that is on the high side. And I think that this isn't for everyone, you know, but I think that if you want something that is all natural, that is blended to perfection, I think that Mandy Aftel is one place that you really need to try. So the price is high, but I think it's worth the price for a certain individual. I really recommend going out and trying this. You can get samples from her website. Her whole line is really worth checking out. Now, final rating, what are you going to give this?
I'm going to give it 2 ratings.
Okay.
And it's so funny because the more we've been talking, the way it's split, a rating for myself would be a 3.
Okay.
Because it doesn't, I don't think it fits with who I am. But I can appreciate what it is. And so I think if it's going to go for someone who this is their type, I think it's going to be a 4. But I think it has a certain woman in mind, a certain target woman.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, that, you know, this is something for you to wear for yourself more than for anybody else. And so I think if that woman picks this up, she's going to be in love with it. I mean, absolutely in love with it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think, like I said, this is not a fragrance that I would wear personally because it is on the feminine side, but I'm going to give this a 4. I really like this fragrance a lot. I think as far as a woman's fragrance, I think it's gorgeous. It's great. And for a floral fragrance, it's, you know, it's amazing. She blends it to perfection. And I think you're right. I think if this is for a bohemian woman and who wants to wear something for herself before it's cool.
Yeah, that's right. And she wants to be all natural doing it, which is bohemian.
That's right. So that's all we have. Have you tried Palimpsest? Let us know down in the comments down below. Do you like it, love it, hate it? Let us know. And of course, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe down below. We'll love you for it. We'll see you next time. We're the Fragrance Brothers. Bye.
Bye.